questions for Anjansid?
Ange and Sid, now with this being like your most wins in program history, how do you guys feel about that? And also, Ange, congratulations on the career high in rebounds tonight with 15. But how do you guys feel about tonight's win and also now making program history with most wins in the program?
It's not really a surprise to me with this group of people. I mean, I feel like we're just a special team. And it's really no surprise to me, and I'm, just taking it as and go when we have the next game and try to set a new record and just continue to play.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's fun. I feel like we just keep breaking records. It's always something new as a team and also individually. I'm just happy for us. It makes us feel good, and it just keeps fueling us up for what's next.
Angelique, you had 10 points, 9 rebounds in the first half. What enabled you to have so much success early on today?
I think my mentality for this game was just that every rebound was going to be mine, and I think I did a pretty good job of that.
Sid, how did you sort of take in the second half and sort of get into your sort of rhythm the way that you did there?
Just doing what I do and staying confident in what I do. Keep shooting if shots are not falling, and I got a couple to fall early in the third, I think, and just kept playing. My teammates finding me and just getting into a rhythm.
What was the big part of the third quarter? Just kind of take over and not let them, come back after being just up 10.
Can you repeat that? What did you say?
What in the third quarter, you go in up 10 and then you just take over like that.
Yeah.
What kind of spurred that? Was the talk at halftime?
Just to not let them back in the game, not to give them any confidence going into it at all. Keep rebounding. I know they were getting a lot of boards, so just limit those as much as possible and then continue to do what we do.
I think for some teams, these games are more difficult to get into, especially where you're coming from. Like, how important was it to just sort of keep up and sort of keep the focus on this game and keep going? Like, I guess were you able to sort of keep yourselves into this game, not like what could have been? I guess is the question. Like, it seemed like you guys were really focused on this game. Like, how did you sort of lock in and keep that mindset?
I would say whatever happened before, but we're able to just come together and continue to do what we always have been doing. So we just had to find that mentality and stick together, and I think we're doing a really good job of that.
What was it like for you playing against a former teammate in Grace Heaps, considering UMass doesn't play many former teammates? Was there any extra energy because of the fact you knew someone on the other side?
I feel like there's always going to be energy for me, at least, whenever I'm playing against an old teammate or a friend. Just kind of show them what they're missing, basically.
Sid, you talked about after the St. Louis game how you've been playing through a fracture underneath your eye. How is it doing now, and how has it kind of just affected your play?
It's doing a lot better. Still waiting for a little bit of the swelling to go down. But yeah, just continuing to heal and take time off. Really hasn't affected my play, like my eyesight or anything like that. It is a little scary attacking the rim, just like being cautious of getting hit or a rebound or something like that, but just try to do what I could do.
Anjan said, knowing that you guys will be playing Harvard on Monday, how do you guys look back at the Harvard game where you guys eked out the win in the fourth quarter? How do you guys look back at that win and hopefully use some of that knowledge into going forward for Monday?
That game is definitely going to be tough on Monday, but we're ready, and we just have to attack and just keep doing what we know how to do. But we know it's going to be a tough game, and we have to come out really tough and play our best.
Yeah, kind of like Ann said, just coming out strong. I know today, after having 2 weeks off, we came out a little slow, but I mean, that's a pretty good Harvard team. So we have to take it to them right from the jump and just continue doing what we do.
It seemed like this was a game where you guys really controlled the paint and everything around there. Was that a point of emphasis, or is that just something you all can always fall back on, is knowing like this is an area we can sort of flex our muscles in?
Well, the person guarding Am was like 5'10", so I think that was a big emphasis going into the game, just pound the paint and, get the ball into our post players.
Any final questions, Mr.
Thanks.
All right, I'll see you guys.
All right, see you.
And I'll text you what time.
Okay.
Sunday.
Final questions for Coach?
What do you think sort of changed from first half to second half there? I know you were a little frustrated after the first quarter.
Yeah, just sense of urgency to defend, how we were defending on-ball screen, and we weren't systematic, and then boxing out and rebounding, and so a lot of those are controllable. So obviously, I had to communicate my feelings to my players. When they're not doing the things that I know that they're capable of doing, and so last thing you want to do is give a team like this the opportunity to be comfortable, to gain confidence, and think that they could play with you. And so I did think that we did change the momentum of the game, and with our post play, I thought we did a better job of attacking the paint. That was our goal offensively. We didn't want to settle, and if you look at I believe our first 6 possessions, I think 4 of the 6 were all threes. And we wanted to get downhill. We wanted to attack the basket, and we wanted to pound the ball inside right from the get-go. And so when we come out and we shoot, 4 threes, I just get a little frustrated there because it's just not following the game plan. But I thought that from that point on, I thought our sense of urgency was really, really good. Obviously, Angelique did a phenomenal job on the boards and got second chance opportunity points for us. Our inside play between, Ange, McKenna, and Sam was terrific. And then obviously Sid started to heat up, especially in the second half.
Selection Sunday doesn't go how you want. You have to nail by the loss. You have 2 weeks off. The way that this team, especially in the second half, just took over. What does it say about the character of the team to not let any of that affect them?
Yeah, and tough, and it's been a tough turnaround. Obviously losing a championship game, that was hard. And then you're sitting around and waiting, and then your name doesn't get called on Selection Sunday, but you got to put that past you. I mean, you can't dwell on it. It's over and done with. And now you have an opportunity to go win a championship, in another tournament, in a national tournament, and do something special. And so we obviously communicated that to our players, but you can't dwell on the past. You got to move forward, and we got after it in practice. I thought we've been practicing pretty well, and then playing for the first time after 2 weeks. We didn't come out, the way, I intended us to come out, but we definitely picked it up and, definitely took over in the second half.
Coach, I noticed you put Layla Fair in pretty quick after Sam picked up her second foul in the first half. Were you impressed with how Layla was doing in practice to get her those early minutes, or was there something that Layla was doing better than some of your other players? Yeah,
Layla has been, practicing, pretty well for us and doing the things that, she's capable of doing. I mean, you just have to understand when you have, the A-10 Player of the Year. I mean, it's hard to get minutes, and Sam's going to play. Like, we all know that, right? So, it's not that, Layla, can't play or she's not that good or whatever. It's just that Sam's that good, and Sam's going to stay on the floor, and Sam's going to play. So, but, in the last several practices, and Layla's effort's been terrific.
Kind of going off of that, how well do you see the bench players fit into the rotations?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially moving forward, like today, I want to sub a little bit more, since we've had that long layoff, and so it was good to get Sam out and, and Ange out, McKenna out, and, get Layla in there a little bit and so forth. But it's important. It's something that I've wanted to do all season long, and I think I've kind of, painted myself in a corner to where, I focused on, playing 7. But it's worked for us in the past, and it's continued to work for us. And but we're, we want to make sure that we're doing a great job of developing, the players off the bench for the future of this program.
What sort of an impact did your physicality have between the points in the paint and the rebounding? It seems like that's something that just sort of wore them down.
Yeah, no question about it. And it all started with Angelique, and it's something that we wanted to do. And Ange and McKenna did a great job. Sam was facing up a little bit more. Knocking down threes and face-up jumpers. But the bulk of the work on the inside was McKenna and Ange, and that's exactly what we wanted to do right from the get-go.
Coach, looking ahead to Monday a little bit, having already played Harvard once, what are some of the lessons you think you'll learn from that game? And what does your team have to do to beat Harvard?
Well, I mean, what we have to do is we have to score more points to them, and if we do that, we will win. But all kidding aside, we got to do a great job defensively. We got to defend. They're capable of, knocking down the three. They have 4 players on the floor at all times that can shoot the three. So they space you out. They drive and kick. They set a ton of flare screens. Then they slip. And so they're really good offensively. And it was a battle at their place, the first time that we played them. And it's going to be a battle, come Monday night. But we got to be on our best. And we got to be tough. And what I mean by tough is, we got to do all the little things, like the 50-50 balls we got to come up with. We got to do a better job of boxing out and rebounding. Because if we don't do all the little things, the big things won't happen. And we won't win, So we have the day off tomorrow, and we'll get back at it with a one-day prep. And, the team that's more excited and has a ton of energy, has want to, will win the basketball game come Monday night.
So kind of looking at the crowd tonight, I know your George Washington game, your final home game of this regular season, had over 3,000 fans, and it felt like that crowd really supported you tonight. How much of that crowd do you want to hopefully see on Monday, and are you hoping for maybe more fans in the stands?
Yeah, well, I would love, to get back to what we had. It wasn't that, I was disappointed, with the amount of fans that we had here tonight as well. I mean, it's better than it's been in my 7 years here. So that's, that's a great thing, But we definitely need our community, our fans, our fan base here. Come Monday night, our students. I believe they're back on campus. We need them to show up. And we need their support, because it's going to be one heck of a game.
Any final questions?
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.